But let's be crystal clear about something. Why do you have to be so damn organised? Now, I'm not going to be a vlogger. I'm making bits of film to augment writing. All of these wires, none of them are older than 6 months, despite being kept there incredibly carefully, and this monitored for never putting stress on the wire. This wire, that wire has started to fail. If I plug the phone in, it says 8 hours to charge, when it should be about an hour to charge. But the most important thing here, now I don't name places or people unless they take a huge amount of public money or public regard. There's somebody I should name. I told, what's her name, Companion. I told her the name. What's the point? And unfortunately she won't get it. But I've been doing this years. There is no point naming a person who commits a terrible wildlife crime, July 2020, that I filmed, and I even have a recording. That was in my pocket when I went to talk to him on the hill, man to man. And I wouldn't actually release that, but he actually admitted bulldozing badger cubs into the ground. Okay, he said, well, there might have been one or two there. No, there was a huge set up in the hills, totally illegal. But what's the most important thing here? It actually is this, which is a phone, my very old, terrible Huawei phone. They're just so bad. In there is a SIM card that was purchased only for the processing of the basically bankruptcy, but for no money. She was given 9 months ago a 10-minute recording talk on, right, I will dedicate 100 hours a month to your operation over the next 6 months, only because you have a 10-year-old boy, to help you process yourself out of this huge financial mess that you've ended up in. That her and her whole wellness tribe, these are 50-year-old women, all women, yes, they're all women, the royalty of the wellness world, with the festival nearly a year ago, so, not badly organised, fraudulently organised actually, but they all project this utter saintliness for money into the community, etc., etc. Now, she completely and utterly failed to put in simple business practices, and we're talking about a huge amount of money now, and the whole thing collapsed. Now, to reduce the stress in her kitchen, her lovely boy, I said, okay, I will communicate with the people who are continually phoning up at home. I never believe a wellness person. This wellness person, well-being, wellness, spiritual, knew that many people were calling her on her landline every day, saying, where's my fucking £1,000 that I paid up front? And yet she would get her boy to answer the phone. Now, I said, okay, we'll buy a SIM. I'll publish this phone number on the internet with a website that gives the full story of what happened. Well, her version, fully communicated, with video, with talks. I think, and I'm so smart it's ridiculous, I think her whole thing was a lie, frankly, but I don't think she actually knew she was lying. But that's a very subtle and interesting, but I'm not even going to name her. But I paid for this SIM. Bought it here actually. I live on a humble, happy, low income. I paid for this. In December, sat in her car twice. She was giving my bank details. Oh, yes. I'm going to go home and put straight away the expenses for you to get the bus and use the library to do only her stuff. And her recordings said, okay, you will find a way somehow. Don't want to sleep with her. The time I put into your operation, which was horrible, people felt, spiritual wellness operators voted me up who couldn't read. They were sent messages saying there is no money left. A court has put in a £10 a month for this lady to repay one CCJ or small claims court, whatever. But listen, leave your details. Often the phone calls will be half an hour. Anyway, my time, the deal was, I put my time in, keep a record of the time, and you find a way of compensating is the wrong word. Like for like, you find a way of putting time into my life. Now that could be repairing clothes I do my own sewing, but it could be taking the time to find me some storage. She knows lots of people in that area from her wellness and music world. Find some way, favour for a favour, or favour bank, or call it what you want. Not 1 second back from her. I spent about 300 hours on her operation. But and this person has been selling herself in the region as literally a goddess for about 20 years and has had thousands of Facebook friends. I know, because I got access to all her stuff, but I wouldn't even name her, despite the fact, I'm going to go straight home and transfer £30 into your bank for your bus fares and the £10 you paid for that SIM, or £10 a month, to keep her totally lost, angry. They all pretend to be Earth Mothers, total spiritual. They all speak of course now the feminine, the eco-feminine. No, they're very angry people. Their problem. But I wouldn't even name her, and in fact 3 times I have on my recorder there, I'm going to go and pay you. Now, there's no point. There is no point naming, shaming, even identifying anybody. All should just be in a notional ode, chronicle, but ode to there is no more communication. It years ago went. Right. And one of the main reasons is because, yes, all their technology is breaking all of the time. You can't, even if you go into a shop and say, give me the best you've got, they'll break too. You've no idea. So leave that there. But the point being, that's why you have to be organised. To be able to dedicate your time, I wanted that operation to work. I sourced people within who she'd done for a couple of grand with her bullshit. So, can you work with her again? Find a way to put something on this year and recoup the money's lost all around, or at least try and recoup half of it. 1 or 2 of them said yes, but this woman won't communicate. And but everything is, I'll answer my phone. I just forget it. It's just, but it's time to decommission her. Thank you very much. Had enough. Right. And there we have the most important letter I shall ever write in my life. But yesterday I asked. Anyway, this has got to be written. I had a wonderful day yesterday.